and reach for the stars, wild ones. It's Bernadette, and I'm here with your Cancer Tarot reading for May 2021. Woo, Cancer, it's a good thing you've got that hard shell on the outside, because this month, your zodiac sign has got to do everything that they can, everything that you can, to conserve and protect your creative energy. Now, Emu through the month of May is going to be working with you as a spirit totem and power animal, and this really unusually large and fast bird definitely has an unforgettable appearance. Every time I see an emu, I just sing the Barry Manilow song. Her name is Lola. She was a showgirl. And I do the shimmy because all of those feathers just remind me of the boas that all the Vegas showgirls and the Radio Rock, the Radio City Music Hall Rockettes wear. It just cracks me up every time I see them. And, they've got those long, fluttery eyelashes and they just look at you like, yes. I just love them. Anyway, emus and ostriches, they crack me up. But here's the thing. They might remind me of showgirls, but they're no joke, y'all. Emus will remind you to be adaptable, but maintain boundaries, because emu is just an expert at evading predators, and they're stronger than you might imagine them to be. I mean, they're not cassowaries, which will kick your ever-loving you-know-what. But they've got a pretty good kick, and those legs are pretty strong, and they zigzag when they run, and dang, they're fast for such a big bird. So, now, part of maintaining healthy boundaries for you this month, Cancer, is going to really require you to look carefully at how you're using your energy, your soul currency, just how you're using your energy, especially your nurturing and creative energy. And Cancers are nothing if not like the oh my gosh, you guys are like the mom, the RN, the grandma, that everybody rolled up in one. You're always taking care of other people, and we love you for it. But this month, the emu card appears inverted, and that's going to suggest that adjustments, you could do very well by making adjustments for you to maybe not give as much as you would normally give this month. Just hold a little bit in reserves. And through the month of May, you might be led to examine how you need to use your swift instincts and adaptive creative talents. Are you avoiding standing up for yourself? Are you dodging deeper issues that require your full attention? As gentle and kind as you are, when you get scared or you get hurt, you tend to shimmy back in that shell, and there you sit with your little eyes. Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe to come out of the water? And for Cancers, they've got to be really, y'all have to be really careful that fear doesn't lead you to be tucked back in your shell for years and years at a time. So, emu very well may be guiding you to new heights now, but you might be a little bit resistant to hearing the message. What are you trying to avoid? What or who are you trying to protect? Now, when you can set aside your defenses, you may be surprised to discover that setting boundaries in new ways can work wonders to conserve your energy. So if you'll have firm expectations, that can really help you protect your interests, particularly in regards to families, plans, business, really just everything in life. Now, much of the astrological transits taking place this month for your zodiac sign impact your neighboring sign, which is Gemini. So your energy may be a little bit triggered by a few key movements related to signs that correspond closely with yours. So just keep an eye out for that, and we all have to keep an eye out for Geminis. As much as we love you, Geminis, we all have to keep an eye out for you. So of importance are the aspects with Pluto and Capricorn, your opposing sign, and aspects to Jupiter and Neptune in your fellow water sign, Pisces. Now, Mars transiting your sign through this month can bring greater physical energy, so that's cool. Maybe you'll come out and you'll, while you're trying to reserve this energy, you don't want to sit like totally energyless, while you're reserving your creative energy and the nurturing that you put out. Maybe you'll supercharge your body this month, and it's a really good month for that to happen. So, this transit can help you find a connection with emu as an animal message, or as an animal messenger, and you might feel more energized and even almost like psychically kind of tap into the more natural side of yourself, the more animalistic side of yourself, and be more protective of your interests now. And that really may even lead to you having some surprises of your own, like things that you wouldn't, like if you just sat and you made a list and you're like, well, I know that I put out a lot of energy here and I'm expending a lot of soul currency here and a lot of this and that. There may be things that you're doing, like a tiny leak in a radiator you don't notice for a long time, or a tiny leak in the bathtub you don't notice for a long time. And that stuff might come to you more psychically or through your intuition. So just keep your awareness out, which of course you're a water sign, so you're deeply psychic. Just keep your awareness open so that you can sense some of those things without it having to come like wham, smack in your face. So also, Cancer, during the month of May, you may have to revisit lessons related to your ambitions, and you might become more defensive over your family, loved ones, money, home, again, everything. You're being, here's the thing though, you want to balance. Just because you are really going to focus on being self-protective and self-nurturing, just be careful not to become overreactive, right? So on the 2nd of May, your ruling planet, the moon, passes into a conjunction with Pluto and Capricorn, and during this time and the days that follow, you may have to face up to some emotional wounds related to past losses, like some aspect of your career or family tradition or other practice that usually makes you feel secure is now under scrutiny. And rather than hiding from the pain and discomfort, go with the process of digging deeper, and you may release those deep insecurities now. It'll be a great breakthrough for you. On May 3rd through the 5th, that's going to bring brief conjunction between the moon and Saturn in Aquarius, followed by Jupiter in Aquarius. Now, intuition, those dramatic breakthroughs we talked about, that can definitely be on your horizon, but there's just this host of exciting changes that just feel like they would be unleashed. Not like, oh, that's a cool change, but like, oh my gosh, here comes this, it's unleashed. Remember the word unleashed. Now, on the 6th, Chiron, the wounded healer, is in Aries, in a square to Mars in your sign of Cancer. And again, you may have to revisit wounds or traumas related to feeling alienated from your family or coming to terms with having to nurture yourself at a time when you needed others. So try to seek empowerment through this healing. Don't get scared and scurry back in your shell. Just go, all right, look, you know what? I need to get that off my plate. I'm just going to power right through it. Because this square is maintained until the 17th and also sees the moon forming a conjunction first with Chiron and then Mars by the end of this time frame. So a process of deep introspection and reflection may be in order. Now, on the 11th, the new moon in Taurus may trigger your desire for security. So take some time, Cancer, and pamper yourself in new ways, not the old tried and true ways, but look for some new things that you think might be really pleasurable for you, and start a new routine related to your health or commitment to a plan to nurture yourself in more practical, material, and concrete ways rather than the more etheric, spiritual kinds of ways. Now, for your zodiac sign on the 14th, Jupiter is going to enter Pisces, and this can kick off a series of new and fortunate opportunities for you in the coming months. You might go through a dramatic process of psychic awakening or spiritual transformation. Don't be scared. So it's going to be really great for you, and just kind of roll with the tide. You're a water sign. You know how those waves of things come. Just let the undulations, carry you, and trust that the wave is going to get you where it is that is just a sacred kind of place for you. Moving forward, the 21st through the 23rd, you may feel emotionally drained and, like that the waves are a little too tumultuous, but the moon, it's going to come into conflicting aspects with several planets. Now, first, Neptune, then Pluto, then Uranus, and during this week, remember the week of 21st through 23rd, you may you may have repeated conflicts related to money, business, financial plans, even misunderstandings between you, that like you'll have your mind set on something or someone that's guaranteed and then find out that it's not. Don't flip. It's just the time frame, because then a few days later on the 26th, the full moon and lunar eclipse, the full moon and lunar eclipse in Sagittarius may call you to close a door for good on one chapter of your life so that you can expand in new directions. It's that old adage, when one door closes, the other another opens. So at this time, Cancer, just really resist holding on to past promises or plans. Something new is brewing, and be open to expanding in these different directions and transcending the limitations from the past. It's going to serve you very well if you can get the courage to do that, which I believe you can. So, all right, I hope that was helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, subscribe to my YouTube channel, join my forums, gatheringofmystics.com. But all of that said, what's the most important thing? Do good for animals, including yourself, stay wild, and keep reaching for those stars.